Good evening, everyone. Give us a second to get going here. Biggie, get down. Hi, everybody. Give me a second. Fig's making a lot of noise. Let's see if she was taking a nap, but now she's wide awake, so you're gonna hear some noise. Fig, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right, hopefully she'll play quietly here in a minute. Anyways, hi, everybody. Hi, Tony. My name is Trish Chuba, and this is ButterDish Designs Crafty Are Alive, episode 127. Thanks for joining me this evening, or whenever you join, if you watch a replay or anything. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you say hi. I'd love to hear from you. And give me a thumbs up or like. It helps. So, anyways, let's talk about tonight. We're going to be using the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper here and the Label Me Grateful stamp set, and I already pre-cut the dice. So anyways, that's what we're using. And Fig's gonna be loud. Fig, yes, she is. Hi, Stay. Fig is over underneath my little craft cart, stuck behind some boxes. Hopefully she can get herself out, but until she does, it's probably going to be nosy. No, not nosy, noisy. Ah, there she is. She came out. You gonna say hi, Finn? Oh, hi. You gonna come up and say hi? Come here. Big. I'm sure she'll jump up behind me at some point. That's what she likes to do. All right. So, Hobby Haven. All right. But this paper isn't even the whole thing tonight. We're going to create this card here. And the whole point of tonight's thing is to go over the technique I used for this piece right here. So, all right, set that to the side there. So for the base on this one, I'm going to go with Garden Green. I am going to go with the same petal pink here and the same little, it's like, what do you want to say? Spa-like paper. And that's the back. So that's what we're using. So here's the petal pink there. And we've got our things here. So the whole thing is the technique. So let's just get right to that part. So, all right. Oh, now she's in the bathroom. Never a dull moment with a 6-month-old kitten. Never. Okay, so this is the fun part this evening. It's a piece of tissue paper. So, and the other thing that you need is the adhesive sheets. So this is what's going to make the magic happen with this. Okay. So first off, we need to take this out, and we're going to cut just slightly larger than, and I had scissors earlier. Here they are. So you take your tissue paper, and this is just the stuff you wrap presents with or put in your bags. And by no means does it have to be perfect. If it makes it easier for you, you can put it on the top. All right. There we go. Pull this up and get it out of the way. Okay. So on the sample card here, I did this technique on the centerpiece with the spa stuff underneath. This time we're going to do the opposite, okay? So we've got this here, and yes, it's bigger. And we're going to take our double-sided adhesive sheet. Oh, fig. And what I like to do with this is that when these come, they come in a strip this size. And there's 3 different backings on one. And what we're going to do is, oh, she's behind me. Can you guys see her? There she is. We're just going to take off one of the backings. And I have cut this about just a 1/16 of an inch shorter than the piece we're covering. Oh, you fig. Move your butt. All right. So we've taken off one piece. And now we're going to take off the next piece here. We're going to keep pushing that down there. And then we're going to take off the last piece. And this just makes it so you did that, fig. Whatever it is, you knocked it off. One of these days, she might calm down. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. So, anyways, here we are. Go ahead and take your bone folder. Just want to make sure I've got the good contact there. All right, back to our tissue. Let's go and do that. Hi, Alexandra. Yeah. she definitely likes her boxes. Okay, so take your tissue paper here, and you're just going to squish it, crumble it up. Okay, teeny tiny. Let's go ahead and unfold that back out. So there we are. And just for good measure, I'm going to squish it, crumple it one more time. All right. She just cracks me up. So don't worry if you get a tear or anything in it. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that second backing, which the other side here is solid. And maybe. There we go. Okay. So now we've made this one gigantic sticker. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop this on there, and you're just going to push to adhere this. Okay, just like so. And you're going for this wrinkled, like a faux linen, or, just adding extra texture to your card. So this is what it looks like now with that. Just make sure you've got it where you want it. All right, we're going to turn this over. I'm going to go ahead and, first off, before you fold this over, I do like to go ahead and do a little mitering in the corners just so that there's not so much bulk back there. You could trim it down a little bit. This is a great way to get different looks from all that paper that you've got. Might even trim off a little bit there. So That should be good. All right, put that out of the way there. Put that. All right. And just a very thin, you could use tape runner with this, no problem. It also works good with the glue here. So whatever your preference is, if you're using tape runner, just remember to leave maybe a little bit more around the edges so that you've got somewhere enough to cover it. So, all right. All I'm doing is just folding those over. Here we go. All right, so we're good to go there. Okay, so it really gives a nice muted compared to that. So get a whole new look. All right. So more glue. I'm going to glue this layer down. And there we go. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and glue this layer down. And I'm sorry I'm not giving out the measurements. I forgot to write them down, but it's more about the technique tonight. If you want to know the exact measurements, I will try to put them in the description afterwards. All right. There we go. There is and just I'm adhering these down with glue because the top layers are going to have dimension underneath them, and I didn't want to make it too tall to mail. So if you're giving it in person, by all means, add the dimensions. If you're going to be mailing it, be a little bit more conscientious of how thick you've got it going there. That's pretty good there. All right, so we're doing this one, getting a new look, a little backwards with this one, okay? All right, let's pull up the pieces. So that designer series paper has 2 sheets worth of ephemera, and this evening we're going to be working with this one in particular. I cut it up and I cut it apart to use for this one. And then we will cut the remainder of these to use with this one. These have more of the green tones, so I wanted to use that garden green. And I've switched out the Lost Lagoon for some garden green and still sticking with the petal pink and the basic beige there. I should have another basic beige in here too. You'll see. Let's see. There's so many things to choose from in here that go with that paper. The spa ones, though, there was only that strip of bottles. So that's why I chose to use that. Here we go. All right. This is the piece I was looking for there. Okay. So we have this from the Label Me Grateful. And we are going to be using the You're the Best. So I've got some early espresso here. And I'm doing it slightly to the right. Ooh, that was a overstamp right there. That's okay. It happens. To the side. Let's see if my trusty little sanded eraser is over here. Yes. So this is a mono eraser that has sand for ink and pencil. So if you let it dry, you can take this and give it sanding. It may not work so well because that was a pretty big mark there. But it has a tendency to knock it down some. Yep, I think we're out of luck on that one. That's all right. Bear with me. I'll just make another one real quick. Won't take but a second. And I'm sure that Fig here, who's watching right behind me, will help. And the only reason why I didn't just turn that over is that it's got a little detail on the edge. So all right. And we're good. That was easy. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this off. Here we go. Fig, you can't jump on this. You're not going to like it. Okay. Let's be a little bit more careful with this one. And I will use that for something else when I do a layer over the top. Okay, we're good this time. There we go. Happens. Not a big deal. Just an opportunity to do something different with it. All right. Oops. There we go. Okay, so the only thing that I used tonight that is not current is that I used a teeny tiny circle punch for underneath the flower. It's retired and it came with a pack of something, but it's just a teeny tiny circle. So if you have one, that's the only thing that I used that was retired, because I added it behind the center of this to get that brown. And I'm just putting around the outside there because it is going to come through a little bit, but it'll dry while we're doing the other stuff. There we go. Set that to the side there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do these like so. Keeping in mind that we're only going to apply adhesive to this side. And just a little dab here and there. I could have used the adhesive sheets on this, which would have been easier and made these stickers, but I did not. but just a little bit of glue will do. All right. What I'm trying to do is try to get that your over there. So there's that one. And we'll do this one here. But I hope this inspires you to make one of these with some tissue paper. And please feel free to share them when I share the project post. I would love to see what you create. Okay. Do that like so. These are 2 basic beige pieces here. It's really cool paper. It's got like coffee shop, books. I couldn't resist. I can't wait to see what you do with it, Stay. There we go. Let's do this side. All right. So from this piece, this longer piece here, oops, like is that, there we go. I don't know why we've got the lag time going there, but this piece, we have this left after what I did over there. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of follow the shape of the item. Got one there. Yes, book club and coffee. Most definitely. We'll go ahead and do this pretty pump here. And the thing I thought about this in putting You're the Best on here is that you could easily add a happy birthday, add a thank you inside, anything like that. All right, so, oh, that's double. We'll see which one we want. Let's go ahead and just do this one too, so we can decide. Okay. Trying to lay these out here. We can do this pump over here. And for this one, since it's already green, I think we'll do this one over here. Okay. I'm just kind of putting these on there a little bit haphazardly. Use the corner of the dimensionals to get that smaller piece for this one. Oh, I put it on the wrong one. Here we go. And this one here. I'm going to nestle this in between these 2 leaves here and then just apply a little piece. That works well there. And then we go back to our flower here and we will go ahead What are you doing, Fig? And put our flower here in the corner. That covers up all those stem pieces over there. What are you doing? Hi, silly girl. Oh, one more thing. Because we're going to be putting some ribbon on the one side, I am going to move these over a little bit. That's always a good tip, is if you're going to put dimensionals or anything popped up over anything that's thicker, make sure you adjust these accordingly. All right, so we have this trim here, and this is the Petal Pink Jute, and we're going to do about yay much there. And the great thing about this is that you can use your tear and tape. It's wide enough to just go down the back of this. Okay. And it also helps hold it a little straighter if you're just going to be using a piece like this. All right. So here we go. Maybe. There we are. And about yay in there. And then the last part here. Okay. We'll center that. And of course, we've got some embellishments here. These are the earthy matte dots that actually go with the Hobby Haven suite. And we've got so these have two sizes of 3 colors. And all right. That looks good there. And then you can just finish this off by, on the inside of my card, I did just a coordinating piece of paper and the envelope too. Sorry, it's getting a little laggy there. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed this evening's project with the tissue technique, and I hope you'll give it a try and share what you create. We'd all love to see it. So thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening and a great rest of your week and an amazing weekend. And I will see you next week for the next episode of Crafty Hour. If you, by chance, ever want me to share a technique or a fun fold or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. Somebody reached out with this, and I was more than happy to oblige. I hadn't done it live yet, and it's just a great, easy technique to do. So, again, take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Bye.